Hey guys, welcome back to Wasenshido Dojo. Today's class is about peripheral vision. So get into some comfortable clothing and let's get started. Alright, instead of some punches and kicks today, we are doing peripheral vision. So first things first, check it out, I got my microphone right on my shoulder. Looks like something out of Predator where I got a little laser gun right on my... We'll see how it sounds. So, now that you are ready to go, we're not going to be punching Bob today, but what we're going to do is try to see Bob with our peripheral vision here and there. We'll go into that in a minute. So, peripheral vision, what is it? Simply is your periphery. So, let's say I'm focused right on the camera right here, right now. And everything outside of about 20 degrees, I can't remember the exact number, I'll post a picture in there. Everything outside from here to wherever I can see is my periphery, it's my peripheral vision. Okay? So it's outer field of vision. Okay, why is it important? Okay, so it's extremely important in self-defense. It's extremely important for your spatial awareness. So spatial awareness is your awareness of your surroundings outside of you. It's to minimize your tunnel vision. So in case you are in a stressful situation, instead of just having tunnel vision or having blinders on, as what people say, instead of having tunnel vision, you physically are able to see. You're practicing your peripheral vision, you're practicing activating those parts of your brain so that when things happen or if things happen, stressful events, a self-defense situation, something happens in your surroundings, maybe a fight breaks out, maybe a fire breaks out, you want to be with your eyes and ears, especially with this, with your peripheral vision, your eyes as well. And so self-defense, let's say I am the same thing I just spoke about with a situation that breaks out, you're immediately going to be going into some sort of lower combat stance, fighting stance, or readiness stance. Okay? Your body's going to help you get into the mindset, and you're going to literally open up your field of vision. So let's get into the first technique, which is called open focus, and then I'll go into more explanation. So what I want you to do is stand in a horse stance. This is how I first learned it. You don't have to do this exact thing, but I want you to do this to start with. Okay, this is a nice horse stance. Activate those legs, arms out in front. Okay, forming a triangle. So right here, and your arms are about shoulder height here, and forming a little triangle. Now what I'm doing is I'm gazing through the triangle. Okay, see I'm gazing right towards the camera here, right there, and as I'm gazing through the triangle, what's called open focus is that I am looking in the forward direction through the triangle, but I am seeing everything around me. So I'm looking at the wall in front of me. You can look at a downward angle. Okay, soften the eyes, soften the brow, soften the muscles around the eyes, soften the forehead and all the muscles in your face, okay? And if you need to come up, relax, shake the legs out. This is a lot of, moving around, talking a lot, but okay. Or just stand kind of normal, natural, wide stance. Okay. Relax the shoulders, relax the face, relax the jaw. Okay, as I'm looking forward, I can seeing everything around me and my surroundings. So this is one of the first things when I was teaching classes, is that I would just have everybody standing doing this in a line, and I'd walk around and I would just wiggle my fingers towards the side of their head. So if I'm like this, I'm doing this next to out to the side. So that's the next little trick, is everybody, while you're watching, take the hands and just move them to the side. So like this, looking straight forward. Now start at 180 degrees. And wiggle the fingers, and move them closer and closer into your field of vision. And right there is where I can start seeing mine. So pretty much 180. Almost exactly 180, I would say. 170. Or whatever, 190, or whatever you want. 10 degrees, 5 degrees each side from here to here. And you just practice that. Take a few minutes before you class, before you exercise. Deep breath. Gazing straight forward, but you're seeing everything around you. So you literally are just picking things out. So as I'm looking forward, I see the camera, but I see the pictures on the wall over here. I see my whiteboard over here. I see the banister wall. I see the door. I got a light on the wall over here. I got the doorway, the hallway, my water, 5-gallon water here. I can see a little bit of the bed laying down, that right there. Part of the bed. All right. I can see my little light over here. See the windows on the side of the wall over there by the staircase. And your eyes aren't still, they're shifting. Eyes are shifting. They're shifting about 70 to 100 shifts per second. All right. I spent years and years and years studying eyesight and how to get better eyesight naturally. So if you have corrective lenses or glasses, like a minus prescription, which is, distance is blurry. You can see close up, but everything in the distance is blurry. I was studying how to get the eyes back to natural without wearing glasses or contacts. Spent almost 10 years, about 10 years on and off, not the whole time, but consistently just kind of practicing, doing techniques. So we're going to go into some of those in just a minute. So why is it important to minimize our tunnel vision and increase our peripheral vision? I just explained a couple ways earlier with our self-defense and environmental and spatial awareness of what's going on around us. Okay, it activates those parts of the brain, especially if you are doing self-defense, you're bodyguarding, you're doing bouncing at clubs, you're even out and about, and just for self-defense, of course, your peripheral vision is really important. So, self-defense, driving a car, driving anything, being out on the road driving anything. While you're looking forward, you can see what's going on around you a little bit better. Okay. Spatial awareness, environmental safety, we already went over that. Combat. So combat, let's go into that. Now this is where Bob comes into play. We're going to see him out of our peripheral vision. So, right now I'm looking at Bob. But let's say I'm in a confrontation with Bob or with a person, and at first you're looking at their face. You're looking right in their eyes, right at the tip of their nose. Little trick, right at the tip of their nose. And then if something gets if you're in an actual, like if you're sparring with somebody. Okay, I'm looking at their shoulders, their body, and their hips. Shoulders, hips, shoulders, hips. Okay, so if I'm sparring, then I'm looking directly at them, but my open focus, my peripheral vision, even though it's not that wide, I'm still looking. Like I'm looking down at their stomach or the hips, but I can see both their shoulders at the same time. If I'm looking at their chest and their shoulders, I can kind of see their hips, or of course I can see the legs. I can see everything on the ground as well. So your peripheral vision isn't just this way, it's every way. It's this way, it's a whole circumference, it's a circle, the whole way around you. So from here, as I can wiggle the hands, I can see my hands wiggling here, 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 all the way down to here. I can see my hands wiggling right here at my waist. I can kind of, I'm looking right here, kind of downward a little bit, I can see my toes here. If I start looking up, I can't see my toes anymore. That's a little bit, okay, right about there. I'm looking kind of down towards, at a slight angle. All right, so here is an opponent or an attacker, okay? If they're not an opponent, if they're not attacking you, you don't want to go into peripheral, well, you can, every situation might be different. But again, you want to be looking at the face like, hey, I don't want any trouble, nothing's going on here. Don't put your hand in their face if you're talking to them. Nothing's going on, open hands, right? Okay? First thing of one of the first things of physical self-defense, open hands. No, I don't want any trouble. Everything's fine. You know, I don't want any problems. I'm leaving the situation right now. Back up, or you know, whatever it is. As you're going for your pepper spray or something. So, and then if it gets confrontational and a physical, they come at you, then it's open focus, dropping in that stance, hands to the face while I'm looking here, all around, and to my sides, okay? As I'm looking right here towards the camera, I can see Bob. So I got my hands here, I got my hands up, I got my hand looking around. Here, looking around, and then back to this again. This is getting more advanced. I think I'm saying that every video now. Maybe I'll have to do an advanced series or something. Okay, we're getting a little too crazy today with our peripheral vision. So that's just a quick once over. Now we did the standing meditation with our hands like this. A couple other things before we wrap it up for today. Peripheral vision is also a way to increase your mental sixth sense and your energetic sixth sense. Okay? If I lost you there, that's okay. Again, this is beginner. We won't get into that till more advanced stuff when you do training to help your training that your intuition and your sixth sense and your spidey sense. Literally, you just feel somebody come up behind you. You have those eyes in the back of your head kind of thing. You see someone that's looking at you, or you sense somebody looking at you in your direction, and you look over. The last exercise is the eye shifting and swaying exercise. And this is one of the things I learned about activating the eyes and helping to keep the eye muscles working and moving, and to keep the parts of your brain, firing and activating. These are really simple, basic ones. So first thing I do in the morning is go outside, get some sunlight in the eyes. You don't look at the sun, but just walking around, having the sunlight coming in your direction in your eyes, and for a couple minutes or more, helps your circadian rhythms. One of the eye shifting exercises is, so when you walk outside, first just have your feet planted, and it's called swaying. So my heel comes up and my heel comes up. Heel comes up and I turn, heel comes up. That's not too big of a deal. It's just swaying. Your heel doesn't have to come up, but okay. So relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the head. This is a really subtle, gentle just exercise, and it's not even about the body. The body is swaying, but it's about the eyes. So the eyes are shifting. Now I'm going to come close to the camera. Hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to look across. So this is where open focus comes in. Don't try to see anything. Don't try to look or see anything. Let the eyes relax and just move the head. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. What's happening is that my eyes are naturally shifting. My eyes are grabbing the light. It's grabbing whatever it wants, it can to grab hold. It's taking a picture, a snapshot every time my head turns. So The slower your eyes shift, the worse the vision can be. So you want, well, point is you want the eyes to shift faster. The faster the shifting, the faster, the better the vision. People with 20/20 vision are even better than 20/20 vision. They're going, okay? So, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the one technique. And if it doesn't make sense, just comment below and we'll contact me. Or you can maybe look it up. So the last technique is shifting. So it's very similar. So swaying is where you're just turning your head like this. So one example, by the way, going back to the one we just did, you can take a book. This is one of my binders. This is my ninjutsu binder for my online ninjutsu training. So here's the letters. Okay, there's just the letters. So if I go across the page like this with my eyes, again, I'm not looking at the paper. I'm looking at the floor right there. All right. I'm going to shift across about 6 inches. So like this. Close enough to your body, so your eyes. You want to have a book that has all the pages full with letters, a full page. But this will be fine, just to show you. So it's all blurry. I can't see it. I'm too close, and I'm not looking at it anyways. I'm just dragging it in front of my eyes as I'm looking straight forward. I'm just looking at it as I'm looking in the distance, if that makes sense. So I'm turning my head across the page, and so what happens is my eyes are between the white and the black letters. My eyes are snapshotting everything, and my brain's differentiating what's black and what's white there. So it's shifting and moving, going. Okay, so it's getting your eyes to move. Okay, so that's part of the shifting technique. The swaying technique is also really a great basic technique. So this is the last one. So this is called swaying. So I'm just shifting back and forth from left to right here, see, as I'm standing. You don't even have to move you can keep your feet flat if you want to, but just whatever's comfortable. Moving left and right. So here what I'm doing, I'm actually seeing Bob come closer and move further away. Closer, further away. Closer, further away. I can see, so the closest thing in front of me, there's the camera, then there's my door to my bedroom, and there's another door, and then there's another door over here to the other bedroom. So the door, whatever's closest to me is moving the most. Okay, what's further away, the far wall on my bedroom over there, it's moving less to my peripheral vision, to my field of vision. This is moving the most because it's the closest to me. So Bob is going, woo, 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 woo. And then as I get further away, things are moving less and less. So if you go outside, and let's say you have bushes and then the sidewalk, and you go out there's cars in the distance. So the cars are going to look like they're not moving. And then you go 20, 30 feet closer to you, then like the trees or the house in the distance, you can see how it's shifting compared to what's closer to you and compared to what's further away. And then you come a little closer, there's bushes that'll be doing this. As you're shifting, and so things that are closer will be in your field of vision will be looking like they're moving. So what you want to do is to differentiate between stuff that's moving and what's in the more distance. So it's doing. See how it's like my hand's moving and my other hand's moving less? You just want to you want to see the difference between my doorway and the end of the shelf on my wall in the background. See how it's moving differently. And my bed frame is kind of doing this. It's moving as I'm shifting. And now as I see my bed frame, I'm seeing Bob come closer and closer and then further away. So I'm doing this. And as I shift, I'm seeing things just kind of shift and move how they move. The pictures on the wall are going like this compared to my whiteboard here. The little light that I have over here behind Bob is moving, of course, in the same way Bob is moving, kind of coming closer in there. Now, little advanced trick. I forgot to turn the fan off, so hopefully that doesn't make any noise the whole time. What white noise in the back. So another trick is, as you're shifting and as I'm moving, see right now, I just kind of changed the technique here, but I'm hearing the fan sound different. As I'm moving forward, there's a hallway, and the fan is down at the end of the hallway there. So the fan is becoming louder because I'm now in line with the hallway, and now as I move back, I'm moving away from the hallway, and I'm into the loft a little bit more. So even when I shift like this, standing still, it might be just in my head, but you got these very, very subtle differences. So that's the sixth sense for your hearing that you can practice as well. How different sounds that sound differently when you do cover my mouth like this, and then I cover but I'm keep speaking the same, but I'm going woo, woo, you know, it's like changing voice, changing the sounds, shifting and changing because I'm making the sound differently. You could probably hear it in my microphone a little bit different. So that is peripheral vision, kind of like a semi-master class for a beginner. But again, just practice those simple techniques, the open focus, use your hands, have somebody else take their hand and just kind of wiggle. Here, like I said, like I'll go to a student. If Bob's the student, I'll just come up to their side and just kind of wiggle my fingers. Can you see my fingers? You know, can you see my fingers over here? Bob is right there. You know, and then do the shifting, shifting and the swaying. If this is swaying and this is shifting, either one, it doesn't matter. Okay, guys, thanks for checking in today, and keep on training, keep on working hard. Watch these videos, keep on going with the 30-day challenge is not finished. I'm making it as we speak, but you know, we're doing videos almost every day. So thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking the video. Helps other people find these videos, and you know, online training now. So I'm glad I'm starting to get out there and get seen, get some attention with students out there. Comment below if you like what I'm doing. If you want to see something that I haven't put out there already, I got a whole list of. I got tons of videos. I got a whole list. I got like 15 more videos or 18 more videos for my 30-day martial arts for beginners / advanced now, I guess. So yeah, increase that intuition and do those peripheral vision exercises.